It's a manipulation. I want to be authentic. You know, I just want to be authentic, just say things authentically. I don't want to manipulate anyone. That's the comments we're getting, okay? But wait, don't you want to artfully be an artist in communication and understand the people that you're around and create the life you want? Do you want to live how you're living, or do you want to cultivate masculinity and leadership in your partner? Okay, so in the last video I said when they have an idea, encourage it. Don't squash your partner's dreams. So when a man comes to you and says, I want to have a hamster farm in Wyoming, instead of going, oh my God, you idiot, what hamster farm? You're a hamster farm, you dumbass. You go, oh my God, really, hamsters? How interesting. I like hamsters. And he'd be like, yeah, hamsters are great. And you'd be like, oh my God, so when we go visit the hamster farm, where are we going to live? And he'll be like, well, there's going to be obviously like a cabin for us. And you'll be like, okay, so what with the kids? Or we just leave them with what do we do with the kids? And you'd be like, well, they're going to come with us. So he's a big cabin, for the hamster farm. And then you're like, why Wyoming? And he's like, I don't know. Well, that's just like close by. And you're like, well, what would be like your ideal place to have the hamster farm? And he'll be like, I don't know, Bermuda. And you're like, okay, cool. Wow, Bermuda hamster farm. Okay, that's amazing. And let it be known, the guy is starting to think, how can I make this idea happen? She's supporting me. I have this family to lead. My children and I are going to go to this amazing cabin. He's forgotten about the hamsters in Bermuda, and we're going to live there. And suddenly he starts to manifest and create that. Men can create incredible things in the world. Look at everything that's created, literally, before this point, was mostly created by men. Yes, it's because of pressure women, yes, and we can go into that. But let's just face facts, because some man had some idea. So you can manipulate, so bad to manipulate, but everyone's happy, aren't they? Now you've got your holiday home in Bermuda. There's no hamsters there. He's forgotten about that. But you and your family are vacationing there every summer, okay? Because you had enough sense to have faith in your partner. And if you don't have faith in him, why did you choose him? Why did you marry him? I'm talking about the women who are partnered and married, or partnered and, in a long-term relationship. You have to put some gravity and your belief and your feminine energy behind that man and make him believe in himself. You can turn hamsters into gold very fast, but you just have to believe in him.
Men are dumb.
Are they now?
And you can get them to do anything you want by using the following manipulation tactics.
Yes, use manipulation tactics, as that is often the first recourse of those individuals that actually have no personalities and bring nothing to the table to try to get someone involved in a relationship with them.
If he tells you he's not looking for anything serious with you, don't go like, oh yeah, no, me neither. Say you do. Just not with him.
And that will do what?
This will make him feel like he's not good enough for you. And he'll want to be better. And he'll start chasing you.
Right, because that's the best way to enter into a relationship. Having one person begging the other for their attention, thinking that they're not worthy.
When he asks you about a certain item, like a piece of jewelry or something, giggle about it. Don't give him a straight answer. This will make him think there's more to the story.
In other words, trying to make oneself sound more interesting than one actually is.
You can make him feel extra insecure by saying, don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
The part they're not telling you is that that type of tactic will only work on individuals with no self-esteem and very little sense of self-worth.
Find a reason why the two of you cannot happen, like a stupid one. Oh, we're in the same friend group, it really wouldn't be a good idea. Guaranteed he'll want it more.
If anyone, whether it be a man or a woman, is trying to make you feel purposefully insecure in the beginning stages of a relationship, that's a big red flag. Run.
Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to look at how to manipulate a man. Why should women manipulate men? We shall be looking at some views by some creators as they'll be telling us more about this topic that we are going to look at today. Please, you're welcome to the channel. Subscribe. You can drop your comment in the comment section. Let's get involved. Let's get the ideas. Maybe you might also be having a different idea from what we are going to talk about in the videos. You can please drop it in the video. And I'll also please remind you, subscribe to the channel for more hot stories and interesting ones.
How to manipulate a motherfucking man. Now I need to start giving like a warning label or a warning sign, because you guys need to use these with caution, because you don't understand that they actually work. So here's another one. You can never make him feel like he's in control of the situation. Can't let him think that he knows that you like him more than he likes you, or you are interested in him, or you're pursuing him more than he is interested or pursuing you. And in order to do that, you have to let him feel your absence. Literally fuck the fuck off. I'm more mad that I wasted my favorite MAC lip liner than I am that I ruined the sweater. Do not answer every single message. Do not answer and pick up every single call. You are not available every time he asks you to hang out. Make Jimmy guess if you're interested. Make Jimmy wonder for a second. God for fucking bit. But making him wonder means that you actually have to show at some point that you are interested. So it's kind of that hot and cold playing. But if you're watching this, it probably means that Becky, he knows you're interested. You're trying to manipulate him back. So congrats to you. This is exactly what you need to follow. Let's get Jimmy wrapped around your little finger. We can do whatever we want with that boy.
Here's how you manipulate a man. You ready? You manipulate a man by letting a man think he's manipulating you. And you do that by always letting that man think that he's teaching you something. Think that he's showing you who he is. Think that he's teaching you how to run game. And you're gonna find out that that man is not who he says he is, but you're well aware and awake of what's really going on. And now the ball is in your court, playing in your favor, and you could control where that goes. Let's talk about it. A man's dream is to get a woman who is going to forever stroke his ego. And sometimes that means dealing with a very idiotic, dumb girl who doesn't have much going for herself that he could trap, manipulate, and that's gonna be his forever girl, okay? You have to let a man think he's building a bitch. And what does that mean? He's going to manipulate. You could ask him about who he is and what he's been through, baby. He will make up imaginary city. He will make up an imaginary girl that was his ex that was crazy over him, that won't leave him alone, but really she just got away and he's the one chasing her. The possibilities are endless. It's your job as a woman to protect yourself, and you do that by listening and observing the exact kind of man he is, okay? A man will always tell you exactly who he is. You just got to let him run this. This is what you have to do. You have to, really, I did not know that. That's my favorite line. Oh my God, I did not know. 10 times out of 10, you are going to find out that the man you were dealing with is evil. Just like, you could never be my husband. But I'm pro, you never put all your eggs in one basket. If you're going to do that, you have to get in your head, this is not my husband. I have to date for the experience. Keep my legs closed and date for the experience. Because there's not going to be anything else you get out of that situation but a headache. He talking for 18 hours. You haven't even got a chance to say your favorite color. If he has nothing to offer, nothing to give you, get up out of there. But if he has something you want, or he does something you like, something in there that could bring you joy or entertainment, cool. You have to do that analysis early on. Don't wait too late. You know what he really got going on, but that's okay, because I had a good time. I got what I wanted. I didn't have to crash out or send a paragraph to do so. I'm coolin'. We live in a world where men want to manipulate and not get to know. Men want to build a bitch instead of trying to love what's in front of them. We live in a generation where love barely exists, okay? So it's very important that you play your role. Let a man think he's manipulating you, because that's what's common these days. One of the only ways women can one up is to play that game back. And make sure you guys are signed up for my free all women's community. I send out newsletters. We have monthly calls. Well over 350 women in my community. Come be a girl's girl. Y'all, I'm 25 years old. Honestly, just understood how to enjoy myself when I'm dating. All that feelings and crying and getting upset and trying to figure this out and asking, that is exhausting, okay? Listen to me, your internet big sis. Manipulate him by letting him think he's manipulating you. Peace, love, and applesauce. Bye.
How to manipulate any man, part 2. Save this as soon as possible, because it will be deleted by the time too many men see it and realize that I'm giving away way too much information. Step number 1, you are never going to use your phone. I told you this is going to sound really weird. Stay with me. The only time you're going to use your phone is to coordinate schedules with him to set up the next hangout. Texting is not a way to get to know someone. It is also a very easy way to get someone bored of you, because there's no mystery around you. I'm not saying you don't spend time with him. What I'm saying is you make the time he does spend with you or get from you to be extremely high quality and hyper focused on just you. Which leads me to step 2. Now that you have him in a position where he's hyper-focused on you and only spending extremely high-quality personal time with you, you need to start playing mental gymnastics with him. What do I mean by mental gymnastics? As he pushes towards you emotionally and mentally, you take a couple steps back. Why do you do this? Because at all times, you need to keep a healthy distance that allows him to continue pursuing you in a way that he knows you're interested in him, right? So the distance isn't too far. But he also knows it's not easy enough for him to feel like he already has you totally and completely. Because when the distance is continuously healthy enough for him to keep pushing forward to get more of you, now you can start to present him with the things that you desire or want for yourself that would help him get closer to you.
You want to actually bruise that man's ego? Crashing out, sending paragraphs, and looking crazy is not how you do it. This is how you actually do it. Save this and send this to all of your friends. Number 1, become a phantom. A woman's energy is incredibly validating. Don't believe me? Why do you think men catcall women in the streets of New York? Negative attention is still attention. Let him starve, because your absence and your silence will cut deeper than anything you could ever possibly say. Step 2, elevate publicly. Men get so pissed when you don't look like what they put you through, and when they realize they didn't stop shit. When you are focused on your fitness, your business, you start to develop this glow, okay? Your glow up is the proof, and there are certain messages that can only be delivered through the results that you create. And step 3, leave him with no closure. Closure is not found through a last conversation you have with him. Closure is found by closing the gap between where you are now and where you need to be. Because when he starts to notice your energy shifting, he's going to do something because he feels you slipping through his fingers. He's going to try and trigger you. Whatever you do, understand this is not an invitation for you to prove your worth. This is your final exam from the universe asking you, are you ready for your dream life, or are you still going to flirt with the past? Leave him in the past where he belongs, fully commit to your future, and never look back.
Manipulation tactics to use on a manipulative individual. Now, this is very dangerous because what I'm about to describe to you is the rug pull method. I notice a lot of people's problems when they're trying to combat me as a manipulator is they kind of try to go out their way and be like, hey, what you're trying isn't going to work on me. When what's that going to do? Absolutely nothing. I would just use a different method. That's why I have like 10 and they all have contingencies for you being paranoid. And that's why it's dangerous, because what you're going to have to do is stick in there and make the manipulator think that their tactics are working. If you know something isn't quite working on you, do not let them know that. Because if you do, you're literally just training them to be better at manipulating you. And you're making them put their guard up when really what you want them to do is start slacking. Sometimes I want you to catch me with something and call me out so you lose focus on everything else around you that I'm also doing. It's kind of like a magic trick. But if I notice everything's working from the jump, I'm going to be like, oh, this is easy money, easier than I thought, because I'm arrogant. And soon you'll be able to use that arrogance to your advantage. Because lure them into a false sense of security and then give them just a hint that something might not be going as planned, and then see what happens. Like, I was talking to this one girl, right, and everything was going swimmingly. All the tactics were working, and I was basically at this point trying to get her to tell me that she wanted me to marry her. So I was trying to goad her into it, trying to like steer the conversation where I needed to steer it to. But then she said something that really made me think. She was like, I do want that with you, but I feel like now's a bit soon. I feel like we should be patient, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, I wanted to scream because I wanted to be the one to say that. But now she has the social upper hand and I'm kind of obsessed with her. Now, will I regain the social upper hand? Absolutely, because she's not using it correctly. And that's another reminder. Once you gain that upper hand, use it fully to your advantage. But regardless of whenever I gain this social upper hand back, she's still going to have that spot in my heart. The obsession is going to stay. Because I'll always remember that one time as if it were yesterday. And what's dangerous is I feel like a lot of people can't get to that point. Like, a lot of people, if you stay within the manipulative mist, you are going to get caught. Like, you might forget that you are pretending to fall for it to the point where you get too into the role and you actually fall for it. This is why I'm never scared of someone manipulating me, because I'm so arrogant in my manipulation skills. I believe if someone's around enough, they're just naturally going to fall for me anyways. Like, they're not going to be able to stop what I'm doing. So when I notice someone's like trying to love bomb me or something, I'm like, oh, that's cute. I'm going to do it better. And that's why love bombing works so well on manipulators, because it's like, oh, I can see it, but I still want it. That's the primary difference between people who are and aren't manipulative. Like me, I can see everything that you're doing and I will still stick around. Even gaslighting. And let me tell you this, gaslighting is something you should never, ever, ever do to someone who's manipulating you. Because being gaslit, or even someone trying to gaslight you, is so embarrassing and it's so disrespectful that personally, I never even call it out. I just make sure I do get my lick back. And a manipulator's revenge is the worst thing you could ever hope for. It will always come to fruition 100-fold, because in their minds, there is nothing worse than A, you trying to make me think I'm stupid and crazy, or B, acting like I wouldn't notice. So never gaslight a manipulator unless you really think they won't be able to tell. I know a lot of manipulators watching this like, bro, why would you do this? Why are you telling them this? For one, I gotta play both sides. And two, look, even though the method is very successful, not everybody can pull it off, okay? And this is just giving us more real estate, more people to work with. We'll be fine, I promise.
How to manipulate men. Warning. Do not just use these on just anyone. These are only for the F-boys and the boys that are ghosting you. So in that case, go right ahead. If he asks you, if you've ever been here, if you're at a restaurant, if you are at a store, if you're at a certain location, or if he asks you where you got that, a piece of jewelry or something that could have been a gift, a new technology thing, whatever it is, okay? If he asks you, have you been there or where'd you get that? Start giggling. Be mysterious. Be very weird by it. Like, make him super suspicious. Be like, whatever. And he'll be like, wait, why aren't you answering my question? It's a simple question. But you're making it sound as if there's more to the story. And if you want to be really toxic, you can say, don't ask questions that you don't want the answer to. Because then that's gonna convince him that somebody else took you there on a date, or somebody else bought you that jewelry or whatever it was out of a present or a gift for you, assuming the gender or whatever that you're into bought it for you. So after that, he's gonna keep asking you, being like, what do you mean? Like, keep trying to poke the bear and poke you to like get the answers out of you. You just keep having to like be giggly, be whatever, be like, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter who got it for me, whatever. Like, don't worry about it. And then at the end of that, some point he'll start dropping it, and he'll start dropping the whole questions asked or whatever, but it'll still be in his head. So he'll still be thinking about it. So you might not get the exact same thing from him or being taken to that place or whatever it was, but you bet your butt that he's gonna get something for you or take you somewhere, because he wants to be the person that you remember and have memories with and have gifts from and all that stuff. He doesn't want another man to have done that for you. So Jimmy's gonna act up and act right after this one.
This is how you can manipulate your man. Show little emotion attachment. Don't overshow a man that you love him deeply, that you can't live without him, that he is your whole life. Girl, that man will manipulate you. You don't have to always show that too much emotion attachment. Don't show a guy that you love him too much, that you can't live with them, that you can hardly sustain yourself without them in your life. Secondly, don't overgive that man too much time. Don't, like, I'll give you an example, responding very fast to texts. Like, all the time you're the first to make calls, you're always the one to go at his place, even uninvitedly, you want to run to his place. My girl, that man will manipulate. He won't value you. Instead, it's you to manipulate him. If you show him, if you don't respond to his texts in timely, that man will get curious. He'll start asking himself, what's wrong? What's wrong with her? Is she over me? Then for him, he will be more emotionally unstable, and he will be checking on you every time. Every few minutes, every 10 minutes, he'll be thinking about you, my dears. Thank you for watching the video up to this end. Please subscribe to the channel and watch other videos. We have very many interesting videos on the channel. Bye bye. Nice time. Thanks for watching.